Yo, breaking news out of the association today, everybody. For the third straight season, Phoenix Suns have fired another head coach in Mike Budenholzer after finishing 36-46 and missing the playoffs with the largest payroll in league history. Now, what the hell is going on, Phoenix? Now, during the offseason, Mike Budenholzer accepted the Phoenix Suns job for a 5-year, $50 million contract, which only lasted 1 year. I can't believe that. Already moving on. Phoenix Suns now become the third team in NBA history to start 8-1 or better and miss the playoffs. In March and April, the Suns lost 8 straight games, all by double digits, and that was their most consecutive losses by 10 plus points in franchise history. So it got no better compared to the last 3 seasons here for the Suns. Last season, Suns were 26-15 with Booker, Durant, and Beal all on the court. They had a 6.6 net efficiency. This season, they were just 19-18 when all three were on the court together, and minus 4.1 net efficiency during this season. So compared to last year, I know this is only the second season with Durant and Beal, but the numbers have dropped significantly between the three. There's a lot of sources in Phoenix coming out basically explaining how Budenholzer had a lot of issues connecting really with the locker room this season. Team officials concluding that the roster failed to respond to the 2021 NBA championship coach, sources said, and Budenholzer's inability to coexist with his players centered around the franchise's cornerstone, Devin Booker, and went down the roster, those sources said. So it doesn't sound like Mike Budenholzer was really getting along with the roster in Phoenix when it comes to Beal, Durant, Booker, and presumably the rest of this squad, which is never a recipe that's gonna produce a winning squad, a winning team. But I really do have to wonder, and I feel like a lot of the NBA fans are wondering, what the hell happened to the Phoenix Suns this year? Mike Budenholzer won a championship against the Phoenix Suns in the 2020-2021 season with the Milwaukee Bucks. So he's an NBA champion. And you got Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, who plays, when he's on the court, Durant is one of the best players in the world at basketball, if not the best on any given night when he really goes out and performs. Devin Booker is a shooting star. And Bradley Beal had a lot of injuries this season. I guess you could look at that as well. But I mean, to have the league's largest payroll in all of history and not even make the play-in tournament, the Phoenix Suns struggled tremendously this season. At everyone playing together. Players separate, like Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, they're always going to have a good season. But I feel like all together and under Mike Budenholzer, they just didn't seem to get it done. And guys, this is their third coach in 3 seasons. Like, if you look at their record here, starting from from 2020, 2021, they lost in the NBA Finals to Mike Budenholzer and the Milwaukee Bucks 2-4. 21-22, they lost in the conference semifinals 3-4 against the Mavericks. And then in 22-23, they lost again in the conference finals to 2-4. That was when they had the coach Monty Williams, and then they fired Monty Williams and he ended up going to Detroit. They brought in Frank Vogel after him. But just one season again, Frank Vogel is only with the Suns from 23 to 24. They finished second in their division, and they got swept in the first round by the Timberwolves. This season, again, one season with the coach Mike Budenholzer, they finished dead last in their division. They didn't even qualify for the playoffs, let alone the play-in tournament itself. Now, I know a lot of people will say, and a lot of people, like NBA vets, I've even heard on TV talk shows explain, if you don't have good chemistry within the locker room and no players are getting along, the coach does not have any chemistry, no vibe with the players, you're going to have a very bad product on the court, which is exactly what we got from the Phoenix Suns this season, finishing well below 500. But you have to wonder to a point, though, like, again, there's expectations when you have players like Kevin Durant, Booker, Beal. You expect guys, even if there isn't a chemistry in the locker room, to come through and somewhat like play really good ball. You know what I mean? to not even make the play-in tournament within itself is embarrassing. Whether you had like good locker room chemistry between the coach and the players or not, like, brother, to have the shooting efficiency of Kevin Durant and Beal on your squad and you still can't even make the play-in tournament, like, that's something to behold. But I guess all that all-star shooting prowess doesn't even really matter and goes out the window when your defense is fucking shit and you can't even defend a fucking cold in the warm months. Even playing in fucking Phoenix, fuck the cold months, playing in Phoenix, Arizona, they could not stop a cold, the Suns. Last year, they had the 14th best ranked defense. This year, they finished third worst among all the teams for defense. So for all the shooting that Durant, Booker, Beal can do, if you have no defense on the other end of the court, good luck. I feel like one of the biggest problems that the Suns had this season too was they had no good bench players, no good backcourt, nothing. Besides Durant, Booker, and Beal, can you name another player on the Phoenix Suns roster this year? Maybe besides Bol, which, you know, when he steps on the court, everyone loves, or potentially Grayson Allen. I mean, you look at the rest of their roster here: Tyus Jones, Ryan Dunn, Gillespie, Cody Martin, Mason Plumlee, Iguodala, Royce O'Neal, Monte Moore. Like, I don't, you know, like that's not a, there's no really good players on the team. I mean, just to put it pure and simple, I mean, they whipped my ass, but like, you understand what I'm saying, guys? They centered their entire team around 3 players and completely forgot about the rest of the team. I know some people might have some praise here for Grayson Allen, and I know some nights Cody Martin can have a good game, but there was no one else on this team to really support this 3. And then you have to wonder now, the big question is, where do the Phoenix Suns go from here? I think it's quite obvious, and very many people are speculating that Kevin Durant's probably going to ask for a trade in the offseason coming up, so he's going to move to another team. Bradley Beal, I believe, still has another season or 2 with the Suns left on his contract, but I don't know what they're going to want to do with him. The main rumors floating around social media and sports talk in the sphere is they're going to blow the team up and really start from rock bottom, from scratch again. Whole new coach, whole new roster, clean house. But the problem is you have a franchise player in Devin Booker there. So what do you do with Booker? I think going into the offseason, that's going to be the main issue for the Phoenix Suns. What do you do with Devin Booker? Because if Kevin Durant leaves, Bradley Beal ends up requesting a trade and he departs from Phoenix, you're just going to have Devin Booker with a whole lot of rookies. Pardon me for saying this, and I don't mean the rookies, but other players. He's going to be playing with a whole lot of scrubs. Because the past 4 years, the Phoenix Suns have been throwing money into the drain, and it has finally clogged up. The last 3 years, Matt Ishbia has been throwing an egregious amount of money at this franchise with very little to show for it. I mean, losing twice in the semifinals, you were expected to go farther, then having a first-year head coach with your team, and then getting swept. I mean, then the following season not even making the playoffs. It's going to be very, very interesting. I think the Phoenix Suns might be the most interesting team the offseason on what roster moves they make and what they decide to do. Because if the main consensus floating around right now is correct and Kevin Durant does request a trade and he leaves the Phoenix Suns, I feel like even Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, that's not enough to bring in another all-star player in the Phoenix to replace Kevin Durant. And they're not even going to have... This was the highest payroll in league history, guys. Like, I don't even know if, like, Homie's going to have the money to bring in another, like, somebody equivalent or, like, the all-star level of Kevin Durant. You understand what I'm saying? So, I don't know what they do. I feel like even if they keep Devin and Booker, you're still blowing the rest of the team up. You keep them there as veteran guys. This has been the 10th year Booker's been with the Phoenix Suns. You know, the Valley loves him. and it's on record, Phoenix Sun, Devin Booker loves the Valley. He loves that city with a passion. But Portland loved Damian Lillard too. And Damian Lillard really loved Portland. Homie couldn't stay there his whole career. He knew he wasn't going to win an NBA chip. He knew he was never going to go to the finals and win a championship with the Portland Trailblazers. It was time for him to leave. The time for Devin Booker was in 2020-2021 with Monty Williams and Chris Paul. That was the time to do it. They missed out, and it's a shame because I really, really do believe Devin Booker one day will be holding an NBA championship in his hand, Larry O'Brien, and he will be celebrated. I truly do believe that. He is that great of a player. But with the Phoenix Suns, I don't know. His time is running out. He's only going to get older, and it's only going to get harder. But no matter what they do this offseason, I don't see Durant staying. I'm 50-50 on Bradley Beal staying. And if those two players leave, they blow the rest of the team up. Like, I don't know. You have to look to get some money back for those three players because, I don't know. Devin Booker's the franchise Suns player, but, you know, like, what are you going to keep doing? Keep beating the nail on a dead horse? It's not happening. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened the last 4 seasons for the Suns. I think it might be time to really do blow it up. Put Devin Booker on a competitive team where he can, I don't know, where he can really compete. You get some money back for all the money that you spent in the last 3 seasons. All these players that have gone through the revolving door of the Phoenix Suns. It's not good, though. It's not good. If you're a Phoenix Suns fan, I feel for you. It's not good. This was a monumental, disappointing season for the Phoenix Suns. Largest payroll in history. 2 back-to-back 1-year coaches. Now they're moving on again to another coach. This will be the 4th one. 4th time's the charm, though, right? I don't know what they do, but I truly believe if they go down the path of let's 100% clean house, let's rebuild, Devin Booker can't be a part of that. It's not fair to his career, and it's not fair to his game. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say today about the mess that has been going on in the Phoenix Suns and Mike Budenholzer being fired today. Never like hearing when somebody loses their job, but unfortunately, that's what the front office of the Suns thought. That's what had to happen for them to move on. If you like this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I'm almost at 200 subscribers. I do appreciate it very much, and I will catch you all on the next video. Peace out, everybody.